Hello everyone. Let's talk about Jupiter in the all houses. Before starting, we'll be talking about what exactly Jupiter planet is. So Jupiter planet is also considered as the biggest planet, and Jupiter planet is the planet which saved the Earth from all the if there is any kind of meteorites if falling in the earth. So Jupiter has a strong gravitational force, and that attracts towards Jupiter itself, and due to that Jupiter protects the earth. So that is the physical thing, like metaphysical thing. But now let's talk about the planet according to Vedic astrology, right? So what exactly Jupiter planet is? So Jupiter planet is considered as one of the most benefic planet, right? So the Jupiter planet represent the wisdom, knowledge, spirituality, fortune, wealth, expansion, children, higher education, ethics, divine blessings, right? Also Jupiter represents your guru, your mentor, your teacher, study as well, higher study basically. So we'll be talking about the Jupiter in the all houses. So its placement in your birth chart reveals where you receive the grace, opportunity, and spiritual growth. So let's talk about Jupiter in the first house. What exactly the first house is? The first house is your lagna. So your lagna, how you appear. So Jupiter in the first house give you mainly a chubby face, a chubby body, right? A bit fat. So you will have a bit fat body, or chubby body, right? So Jupiter in the first house give you a bit fat, because Jupiter is also a fat, wherever Jupiter sits it gives you fat. I mean, if in the body part fat is also represented by Jupiter, right? Okay, now let's talk what happens when Jupiter will be in the first house. Okay, so whenever Jupiter sits in the first house, doesn't matter your kundali or your birth chart have lots of like dosa or any kind of negative affliction, anything. But whenever Jupiter sits in the first house, that nullify the all the negative aspect. It has been said that because it is a Dev Guru Brihaspati, and Brihaspati's aspect can cause the miracle, right? So I will be talking about what exactly the Jupiter is also. So Jupiter, it has been said by my guru as well. So one sentence of Jupiter can be more priceless than thousands of the books, right? So one wisdom of the Jupiter can be priceless than all the thousands of books, because when Jupiter wisdom comes, you will figure it out what you exactly need to do in your life, what you need to do. And the wisdom is not intelligence, right? Wisdom is something that gives you inner peace, very inward things, spirituality, and that can give you the inner satisfaction. Doesn't matter how much you have wealth you have accumulated, doesn't matter how beautiful or how handsome you are, but if you don't have the wisdom and inner satisfaction, you will feel very much lacking inside you, right? So due to that, Jupiter in the first house makes you like person with wisdom, optimism, and then generosity. You will be very generous and a very respectful personality, right? This individual naturally is a kind-hearted, ethical, and inspire others through their knowledge and positive attitude. They often enjoy good health, leadership ability, a strong sense of purpose, a career in education, law, counseling, spirituality, medicine, leadership are highly favorable. Although they are very fortunate, they should avoid overconfidence, because whenever Jupiter sits in first house, you will be like, oh, I know everything, I have a wisdom, I am like a guru, I know everything. So don't teach your father, So that kind of attitude that gives you whenever Jupiter is in the first house. Now let's talk about Jupiter in the second house. So what exactly second house is? Second house is of your house of family, house of relatives. Second house is house of gains, right? So whenever, and also second house is a house of speech. Whenever Jupiter is in the second house, it is the best, it is considered as best placement for the wealth, family harmony, and equivalent speech. You will have great speech. You may look like some kind of guru, or you have something. I mean, people will believe that you have something, I mean, knowledgeable things. So whenever Jupiter is in the second house, that can give you this kind of things. So these natives often earn through education, finance, teaching, consulting, or businesses, right? They are very traditional, generous, and ethical. They have ethical principle they apply, and usually they are very supportive towards family relationship. While financial prosperity is a common, they should avoid excessive spending or overindulgence, right? So Jupiter in second house can overindulge in the maybe eating kind of sweet kind of things, and like anything that is fat thing, right, oily things. So you might indulge in that, overindulge in that. So their greatest strength is lies in using wealth to uplift others. If you are being generous to by like with your wealth to others, you are helping people to uplift their life. Whether you are using your speech to uplift others life, that is best thing you can do whenever the Jupiter sits in second house. So also whenever Jupiter sits in second house, sometimes you might not do any kind of remedy. You doesn't have in the second house you will not obey the guru's mentor and your elder one. So you try to just be enjoy the freedom, and you want to do things whatever you like. I mean, so that's not the way. Whenever we have Jupiter in the second house, if it is afflicted, so that can be give you this kind of things, right? So overall Jupiter in the second house is a good placement. However, you have to always look to the overindulgence thing, right? Okay, let's talk about Jupiter in the third house. What happens when Jupiter goes in the third house? So third house is your house of communication, right? Your learning, initiative, writing, teaching, any kind of artistic skills you have, and also it is the house of courage. Whenever Jupiter goes in the third house, it has been said that it is Marana Karaka, but it creates it makes you intelligent communicator who enjoys learning, writing, teaching, sharing ideas, right? These individuals are very optimistic, right, courageous, and often inspire siblings, friends, and they may succeed in the media, journaling, education, public speaking. So and also publishing thing, and also entrepreneurship. So these people can really do really great in this field which I have mentioned right now, right? Although they may possess many talented, they should remain consistent and avoid postponing action due to excessive planning, because they have they have been associated with lots of different things, right? And they will postponing, okay, I will do tomorrow, I will do. So procrastination habit can become that can make you lazy, and due to that you will not execute the plan, and you will just think I am very intelligent, and you will do nothing. So make sure to don't try to postpone your things. Okay, knowledge becomes very powerful when put into practice. Whenever knowledge is put into the practice, whenever you keep your knowledge into practice, you implement your project, you implement your ideas, then only your knowledge became the powerful thing, right? So until and unless if that knowledge will be just a waste of overthinking, and then just good for your ego only. So make sure whenever Jupiter is in the third house, knowledge became powerful only when it put into the practice, right? So my dear friends who have Jupiter in the third house, please be aware Don't postpone your things, and also make sure that you use your knowledge in the practical thing. Don't just postpone the things. All right. Okay, see you in the next video. Now Jupiter in the fourth house. What exactly the fourth house is? In the Kal Purusha Kundali, Jupiter like Jupiter get exalted in Cancer, right? So whenever, and it is a house of Cancer as well, right? Whenever Jupiter is in the fourth house, right? So it is exalted house wise. But if it is in the Cancer sign, it is of course exalted. So whenever Jupiter is in the fourth house, it brings happiness, stability, emotional stability, family blessings, success through education, property. These individuals are very much compassionate. They want to nurture the people, they want to feed the people, they want to enjoy the peace home environment. They may get success in real estate things by selling, purchasing, and just doing any kind of dealing things related to real estate. Education, they can do really great in education because Jupiter get exalted in the fourth house. And interior design, they can do really great in interior design. Agriculture as well. Fourth house is a house of, whenever the Jupiter is in the fourth house, you can do agriculture or public administration, like being a manager or something in administrative or leadership role. You can do really great in the managerial role. Strong support from mother or family is very common thing whenever Jupiter sits in fourth house. This their lesson is to create inner peace alongside materialistic comfort, right? Whenever Jupiter is in the fourth house, always make sure that you have to create inner peace and alongside with the materialistic comfort. Then things will go into very better and good direction, because Jupiter in the fourth house has a Digvala, and then which means that Jupiter has a directional strength as well, because it gets exalted over there. So it's like it has more potential and power whenever Jupiter sits in the fourth house. That can make you fat or chubby as well, because it gets naturally because it is comfortable place for Jupiter. So that's why it can make you that, right? All right, people, see you in the next video. Thank you. Now Jupiter in the fifth house. Whenever Jupiter is in the fifth house, Jupiter consider in the fifth house highly auspicious, because it is a trikona, right? It is the trikona bhav, which means it falls in the trine, right? It trines to the lagna, and due to whenever Jupiter sits in the fifth house, it blesses the native with intelligence, creativity, wisdom, good education, and fortune. Fortunate like children. This individual excel in teaching, writing, investigating, creative fields, right? Movie, drama, or something kind of creative artistic thing. They are very much romantic, right? Generous and spiritual person, spiritually very inclined. Success often comes from through the knowledge, ethical decision making. Their challenge is avoiding excessive optimism or taking unnecessary financial risk. So whenever Jupiter is in the fifth house, you are comfortable and you want to do excessive, or you will have excessive optimism, and that might ruin things, right? Also taking unnecessary risks can be financial risks can be problematic thing for you. So overall, Jupiter in the fifth house is very good placement. It is good placement for your education, children, and all the creative things, right? So it aspects to the ninth house and lagna as well. The ninth aspect goes in the lagna, so it makes you lucky in whatever pursuit you go. There will be divine blessings and helping from the God. Okay. Jupiter in the sixth house. What exactly the sixth house is? Sixth house is your house of disease, death, right? Disease, death, pet, maternal uncles, aunties, you can see from the sixth house. And it is a house of obstacles, hurdles, competition, and your daily service as well. Your office can be seen as, job is can be seen as from the sixth house. Whenever Jupiter sixth seat is in the sixth house, that creates a service oriented individual who overcomes the obstacle through the wisdom, patience. This native often succeed in the medicine, healthcare, law, counseling, social work, administration. They possess the ability to resolve conflict peacefully and help others during difficult times as well. These people make. While they usually defeat enemy, they should avoid becoming overly trusting. Right? They have to be like should avoid becoming overly trusting or neglecting their own health, because it is the house of disease as well. So don't neglect the wherever Jupiter sits, it makes that house darkness, but wherever the aspects is gone, that makes that house becomes brighter. So always don't neglect your health, like so because in Jupiter in the sixth house, that can make you chubby, or you can ignore your health, and that in the long run can create the problem. So discipline and compassion are very greatest strength for you. Always make sure to have discipline, compassion, and that will be a greatest strength for you. Now one dictum I would like to share. So if you are studying astrology, try to mainly in the female chart. If Jupiter is in the fifth house and the dasa goes runs or anything dasa antardasa, you can see sexual abuse and molestation can happen. So because Chirharan Sudrapati sixth, whenever the it is been said in classical books that wherever when the sixth in Jupiter sixth in the sixth house in the female chart, there is a high possibility like to get abused and sexually harassed by someone whenever the Jupiter sixth in sixth house. All right. Okay. So overall, this placement is good, but don't neglect your health, and discipline and compassion are greatest strength. Right. Okay. Now let's talk about Jupiter in the seventh house. What exactly the seventh house is? It is opposite from your Lagna. The seventh house is your house of relationship, right? Public relationship, house of your spouse, house of marriage, right? It is house of your public dealing as well. So whenever Jupiter sits in like seventh house, this native with like the native get blessed with supports of their relationship, like, and successful partnership will happen. A wise spouse will get, I mean, who is very knowledgeable, and wise spouse can be seen from whenever Jupiter sits in seventh house. This individual value honesty, loyalty, mutual respect in marriage. Business partnership are also favorable, especially in consulting, law, education, or finance. They often attract partner who are educated, spiritual, or influential, right? Their lesson is to maintain balance between giving as much as they receive. Okay, whenever Jupiter sits in seventh house, that can make you very much generous, and you try to give. But it is also necessary to receive sometime as well. So you have to make balance between them. So also one dictum is that whenever Jupiter sits in seventh house, this person whenever associated with other person, that other person will get very much success whatever business they are doing, because you can see the chart of Prashant Kishore as well. So he can't he can't win the election, right? But whenever he associated with any party, that party like get win, because his wisdom can make things go well. So they are also kingmaker as well. So whenever Jupiter sits in seventh house, if you don't have a friend, please associate with a person who has Jupiter in seventh house. But make sure you don't do any kind of malefic thing, any like cheating or anything with that Jupiter in the seventh house, because they are kind of very innocent people. So please don't do that with that innocent people. However, if your wife or anyone has the Jupiter in seventh house, you are blessed. If you have association with that person, you are blessed. And also Jupiter in the seventh house, they can give you like less interest in sex and physical things as well, and that can like be very hard time with the your married life. So make sure whenever you have Jupiter in 7th house, you don't have stubbornness nature, don't show ego to your partner. And also whenever Jupiter sits in 7th house, always make sure that you try to balance your married life and spirituality, because it goes hand in hand, right? So if you work on that those aspects, Jupiter in the 7th house can be very good place. Okay, now let's talk about Jupiter in the 8th house. I have my Jupiter in the 8th house, so it's a very great placement for Jupiter, because it is in the Lal Kitab you can see Jupiter in the like 8th house. It has been said that he is the Aghori, right? He who does the pinnacle work or sadhana in the like symmetrical ground, right? So Jupiter in the 8th house can bring very deep spiritual knowledge, strong intuition, and interest in occult research, astrology, tarot card reading, mysticism, ghost, and all the things that has been hidden. This individual often like experience profound personal transformation, because it is the house of transformation. You'll like be a phoenix will rise from the ashes. I mean, doesn't matter how much you fire you gone through, how much struggle, hard things you go, like divine blessing will always with you, and God will always help you in the drastic circumstances. People will think you will not come from this place, but after like few days you'll be like you'll rise like phoenix, and you'll like surprise, and then you'll just people who have like Jupiter in the 8th house, this character can be seen. Okay, so they can benefit from inheritance and joint resources. They can get good amount of dowry as well, because it is a house of in-laws as well. And career involving psychology, finance, research, medicine, or spirituality are very favorable. Astrologer, you can be astrologer, because Jupiter sitting in the 8th house give aspect to 2nd house, and it can give you the Vak Siddhi as well. Whatever you say that can be true as well. So that can be seen. Their challenge is learning to embrace life challenges with faith rather than fear. Don't be fearful. Well, I have Jupiter in Sagittarius in the 8th house, and I can tell you from my very personal experience as well. So don't like fear from any kind of transformation, anything. You don't have to be fear from anyone. Just have faith on divine and work your way, make effort and do your hard work, and divine will one day just protect you as like a child and baby, and he will give you all the happiness which this materialistic world can't give you. So Jupiter in the 8th house can give you that, right? Okay, so Jupiter in the 9th house. So in the Kalpurus Kundali, Jupiter like Sagittarius sign, it has the natural house. It's a natural house of Jupiter. So Jupiter in the 9th house is very much powerful, extremely exceptionally powerful, right? So making this one of the most auspicious like placement. It blesses the native with a good fortune, higher education, spiritual wisdom, foreign travel, guidance from respected teachers, right? This individual often like become the professor, philosopher, lawyer, spiritual leader, or successful entrepreneur. They can be adventurous, travel, trekker, or kind of some sporty person, athlete as well. Their optimism and ethical values inspire others, right? Whenever Jupiter in the 9th house, their ethical values and optimism is very much high, and that can be very inspirable thing, right? So this placement like teacher that teaches that true fortune grows through righteousness and the generosity. Always make sure that the true fortune grows through the righteousness and the generosity. So whenever Jupiter sits in 9th house, it gives like very much blessing, and it almost nullify all the negative things what's happening in you. Jupiter in the ninth house, you can see, like, whenever I'm talking about Jupiter, I think I'm getting some kind of Shakti, or like due to that, I think I'm feeling right now very intense energy, and I would like to pray to Lord Jupiter, and it's in the ninth house I'm talking. It's, you can see me, my eyes sometimes just get dazzled, because Jupiter in the ninth house is very divine blessing, right? Okay, let's talk about Jupiter in the 10th house. Whenever Jupiter is in the 10th house, it creates you respected, it gives you like very much respect. It makes you ethical, successful professional, right? These native often rise to leadership position because of their integrity, wisdom, and ability to guide others, right? So career in the government, education, law, medicine, finance, consulting, or public service are like extremely favorable for them. Recognition usually comes through the honesty and dedication. Their lesson is to use authority for the benefit of society. Whenever you have been given authority, make sure you don't cheat with that. Just make your authority very count, and that work with for the benefit of human beings, for your society, right? So whenever Jupiter in the second house, these people is not someone who will be working daily 9 to 5. No, they can't work daily and 9 to 5. They are, I mean, kind of lazy person as well. They can be a manager, but they are good at like doing whatever they do. They will do just one day, but they can work like a whole week work in the one day. So they have a divine grace, divine blessing over there in Jupiter in the 10th house, right? Now let's talk about Jupiter in the 11th house. Whenever Jupiter is in the 11th house, so it is the house of desire, it is a house of income, it is house of social circle, it is house of like elder brother, elder sibling, and it is your house of, I mean, kind of long-term goals as well. So whenever Jupiter like sits in the 11th house, it is a strong placement for financial gain, influential friend, fulfillment of long-term goals. This individual attract opportunity through networking, social influence, wise investment. They often enjoy like abundance, supportive communities, success in business, or a humanitarian work. You can work in NGO and big organization like United Nations or something like that, right? While prosperity is common, they should remain humble and use their blessing to help the other. If you are using your blessing to help other, then Jupiter will be blessed in the 11th house. This is very good placement for you, right? Now let's talk about Jupiter in 12th house, and it is the final position of Jupiter in this video, right? So Jupiter, whenever it sits in 12th house, directs the native toward spirituality, yoga, charity, foreign land, and inner wisdom. These individuals are very much compassionate, generous, and often find success in international work, education, hospital, research, or spiritual organization, right? They can work really great in meditation, field of meditation, self-service, faith, and occult as well. So it is also house of superconscious mind as well. So faith brings from this bring them peace, fulfillment. So if you have faith, that can be bring you fulfillment, peace, and fulfillment, right? Although expenses may be high, they usually expend on meaningful cases, right? So you will be expend in meaningful things for the generous purpose or helping the others. This placement remind us that greatest wealth is spiritual growth and inner contentment. Okay, so whenever Jupiter is in the 12th house, greatest wealth is like spiritual growth and inner contentment whenever Jupiter sits in 12th house, right? Also 12th house is house of moksha. It can gives you moksha, which means like liberation, right? Freedom is not the word, but the liberation is the word. So it can give you the liberation. Okay, So now, till now, you have talked about, if you have seen Jupiter in all the 12 houses. Thank you so much, first of all. So due to just a single placement, you can't decide your horoscope of chart, right? It needs like lots of things: aspect, conjunction, house, rasi, sign, everything you need to consider, and all the like chart as well, right? So these are the general thing, but make sure wherever Jupiter sits, Jupiter always say that do good thing, generous thing. Just make sure like you are helping to others, you are helping to others for the spiritual growth. So let's talk about remedy of the Jupiter. You can do a fasting in the Thursday. Remedy for the Jupiter is you can teach to the student. You can respect your gurus. You can give to your gurus anything, right? Always make sure you use the loose cloth. Jupiter, whenever you have strong Jupiter, always try to use loose cloth, not very tight cloth, right? And also Jupiter also denotes spiritual things. So be as much spiritual as possible, as much religious as possible. And whenever you can also donate things like gram, yellow gram, right? You can donate to any temple or somewhere. Turmeric, you can donate turmeric. So these are things, okay? So you please pray to people tree as well. People tree, and also like banana tree is the most important thing. So you can like donate banana as well in the temple. So always make sure to like pray to Lord Vishnu, right, and the Lord Brihaspati as well for the wisdom. So whenever if Jupiter's one wisdom or one sentence can change your entire life. So this is the like all the like remedy you can do for the Jupiter planet. Yellow cloth can be donated. Yellow cloth you can put, and it can enhance your Jupiter as well. So with this, thank you so much for watching Astro Impact. If you haven't subscribed the channel, please subscribe the channel. Please comment below where your placement is. And thank you so much for watching the Jupiter in all the 12 houses. God bless you. Take care. Namah Parvati Pate Har Har Mahadev. Om Gram Grim Grum Sa Guruve Namah. Om Gram Grim Grum Sa Guruve Namah. Namah Parvati Pate Har Har Mahadev. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Good wishes. Namah Parvati Pate Har Har Mahadev.